Okay, so right now it's almost 12 p.m. and I'm here with my brother, Sir H. Ike.
Hi guys.
Say hi, that's Sir
How's it
H.
going?
Ike. So just brief us on what's going on today, why we're here this morning, soon to be early afternoon.
So there's this amazing mosque that haven't paid their mortgage in roughly 15 years. Property was auctioned 2 years ago. I happen to be the lucky bidder. Not so lucky because I went through a vigorous eviction proceedings to get them out. They played games, fussed and talked a bunch of nonsense about buying the building. And after winning the eviction case, we have the marshal coming down today to execute on the warrant and get everybody out.
Okay,
So let's see how it plays out.
okay, guys, so that's the brief of it, but he's leaving out a whole chunk of drama in between. So I personally witnessed him give the imam, that's the imam, right? We met with him, saw him, gave him a chance to take the mosque back. So this is a public auction, so it's not personal. Whoever bids the highest wins, and that's how Sir H. Ike got this building. Went through that process, but said to him, listen, if you give me back what I paid for this building with nothing else added, I will give you back. I will give the title over to you. And he gave them a chance for months and months, just back and forth games, and nothing happened. But in the meantime, as the legal owner, he's responsible for the upkeep of the building, including taxes. And that's not cheap. So they frustrated him throughout the process by actually turning around, suing him, including taking the case up to federal court, where they tried to file for bankruptcy. Of course, that didn't work, but being that we are in America, due process must take its course, and he had to go through all of that, including the expenses of paying attorneys to fight it. So let's take a look at the building. This is it right here, right?
To the left.
So why don't you grab the camera and get a better shot of it? So this is in South Jamaica, Queens, New York. But unfortunately, what happened is they took to the internet, which is where most people go when they lose, to try to defame another person. So they took to the internet through an organization, I believe, called Launch Good. LAUNCHGOOD, Launch Good, to raise funds to save the mosque. And there's no problem with that. The problem is how they deceived people into donating to those funds. So Launch Good is kind of like a GoFundMe. And they told people that the owner is going to, use it for a club, etc., etc. This is Najbala, Najbala meaning like a place of God, a place of worship, sacred. But if this is Najbala is supposed to be taken care of. Najbala is supposed to be kept well, maintained, and respected. I have been inside that place. It did not look like a place that was respected and that should be taken care of, at least as of the time that I went there, to meet with the imam, to talk about how to save the mosque. So, preying on people's emotions, using religion. Is it still rolling? Because I know my camera can act up sometimes. Preying on people's emotions to raise money, and they were targeting $150,000.
Yeah, we're in the car because we don't want to get out because we don't know what these people are up to or what they know or what they don't know.
Right.
So for safety reasons, we're sitting in the car videoing until the marshal gets here. He should be pulling up any moment now, and we'll continue the videoing as soon as the marshal gets in. Black cat just walked by. Hopefully that's
Oh wow!
works out enough. Ava, bad luck
You
with that.
can't make this stuff up. Oh, what were they doing earlier today? They had about 50 people. You got word that they had about 50 people outside,
There's
right?
some prayer going on outside. It looks like everybody's either inside or has left, and the door is now wide open.
And we don't want any kind of confrontation.
My locksmith is here. He's gonna get to work, and let's.
Okay, so essentially, this is a bit ceremonial. There's no pleasure in watching anybody get kicked out of a house or a business or any building of that sort that they previously owned. However, there's a legal process when you hire a marshal, because the marshal They work privately, so you have to pay out of pocket, to get the marshal to execute the eviction. Okay, so the eviction is done through the courts legally, and then you take that step of getting the marshal to essentially walk the people out or make sure that there's a peaceful transition. And the ceremony includes the current owner, the title holder, um, taking physical possession of the building. So that's why he's here. So he's here to, so because I mean, if the marshal could just do it and lock up and give him new keys, that would be great because we have a locksmith here. But no, Sir H. Ike has to physically take possession of the building. So once they move them out, then he has to physically go in and repossess essentially. And that ends that, hopefully. So that's basically the gist of it. So hopefully it goes smoothly and nothing crazy happens. Clearly there's no one praying out here, but he's out here now just speaking to somebody. So let's see how it goes. By the way, before I forget, it's important to note that we are in America, so people don't just throw people's stuff out. Again, there is a legal process to this, and this has been over 2 years in the making, from when he purchased it to this moment. Prior to that, the mortgage for this mosque was not paid for over 15 years. Over 15 years. So this is not, someone who missed one payment and now is being evicted. That's not the case at all. So, if you want to maintain your building, do what other people do. Pay your taxes, pay your mortgage, and you keep your building. Okay, so it's 12:15 p.m. right now. The marshal is late. We just called, and the office says that he's running about 20 to 25 minutes late, that he had some issues from another job. Very unprofessional, by the way, because we don't want to be here and just kind of be in their faces, so to speak. We don't want any kind of confrontation. We want this to be as peaceful as possible. I hope I'm in the frame. I can't even see myself. um but yeah, so he's late, and since they said 25 minutes or so, it could be more. We have no idea, but I rushed, basically, to be here. We left, things rescheduled because of this was set to be at 12 p.m. So very unprofessional, because it's not cheap to get a marshal, and to pay somebody to waste your time is incredibly annoying. So I hope he gets here earlier than the office stated, so that we can, get this over with. This is definitely, we take no pleasure in this, but it's something that, of course, has to happen. And part of what delayed the process further, um, the eviction process, was the pandemic. A lot of people used the COVID-19 pandemic as a reason not to do things that they're responsible for. The courts also had a lot of holdover cases, and thankfully, when the moratorium for eviction was lifted in New York City, we were able to proceed with the eviction, and here we are. But it's just so sad that people will take advantage of the system that allows them to benefit. So a system that says there's a pandemic, we understand, so don't pay your rent for now, or don't pay your mortgage. And by the way, you know, we still have to pay our mortgages and our taxes, but they tell tenants not to pay their rent. And then people just don't feel for the landlord. So why you're not, it didn't say do not ever pay your rent. It said if you can't pay your rent, the landlord can't evict you. A lot of people could pay their rent, had jobs, but just chose not to because they knew they really didn't have to and nothing would happen to them. So part of the delay for this eviction was the court closure. But let's see. That's just rambling for now. But let's see when the marshal gets here how this goes, because right now the locksmith is here, who's also being paid, and his time. We still have to pay him for his time because he's waiting around for the marshal to get here so that he can do his job and leave. So right now he's outside of the mosque speaking. Someone in the mosque is speaking to him. I don't know what deals they're trying to make out there, but they should have, done this months ago. Saved time and money on the new owner's part.
Whatever he asked, okay. Let down, let's see. Whatever, start. No talk, no more talk. Start. Me, myself, we came here. Before, I don't know what's happened before. 2, 3 people, I don't know. Not just if you want, then you can see what we are doing over here. Children, if you send who? I'm not here. Oh, Henry, listen to me. I'm not here. I just came. I'm Henry from the community. I told you, Henry. 1,000 people all over the Muslim community now next to this property. Believe me or not. Next to this property, because we have to save this property because of God, nothing else.
You don't know what happened before while
I heard, I against those things. As a Muslim, against those things. I can write down anything. This is nothing wrong. This is nothing wrong. This is your property. I am a scholar. When I heard this, I curse. I'm with you. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Are we going on?
You got beaming. You're not beaming.
after the Mosque.
Okay, so right now the marshal is here and the eviction proceeding has begun. This is not fun, but it has to be done, and I'm recording so that in case there's any kind of confrontation, we know who did what. So there's no he say, she say. And hopefully with the cameras on, that would, alert people not to do anything inappropriate so that this can be a smooth transition.
I beg.
We're doing still what you want. I gotta take possession just in case, if you guys don't come through. At least I have a.
I give you word. I give you word. This is not Shahid. This is not. I give you word. But you don't listen. What can I do? I know. Just you can start. You can start.
3 years. 3 years is a long time.
I'm not here. I'm as a Muslim. I came here since few days. Just.
Start going inside the restaurant.
Okay, so everybody has left and Sir H. Ike is now taking possession. Now taking possession. Possession of it. all the kids love nice things. Inshallah, as they grow, they will get nice things. They're appreciating the Rolls Royce over there. You know, no matter what religion you are, your faith, your creed, good things are good things. So as they appreciate it, I pray God, inshallah, they'll get it when they grow older. You work hard, you deserve the good things in life. So this is the locksmith changing the locks so that physical possession can be taken. Let me go inside and see. Okay, so I'm inside. I heard some of the kids saying they wanted to go back inside to finish their lunch. I don't know. I don't really want to walk through all over the place. Because I know from some places maybe prayer grounds and you have to take off your shoes. So I'm just going to stay here. And out of respect for the religion, there may also be male and female demarcations as to where one could go. So I'm not going to go in there. Interestingly enough, I'm standing outside and there's a strong smell of marijuana. So it smells like marijuana outside of a place of worship. I don't know where the smell is coming from, but that's crazy. I can hardly breathe. So that's it. I'm just going to stand outside and wait for them to finish changing the locks. But people are just going in.
Cute.
Oh, are you going to take him home?
You're so cute.
You're going to take him home, right?
Look at you.
Take him home, Eric.
Are you helping us do an eviction? Making sure everybody's out? Yes.
Okay, so
Oh my God. Jesus Christ, where'd you come from? Hey, buddy.
Sneaky little pussy.
Yeah. Scared the hell out of me.
Eric, you called it a stinky little pussy. That's what we call cats. Okay, so is everyone out?
Yeah.
For now?
Well, maybe not upstairs. I don't know.
I know. So this is the praying, this is the prayer ground. Well, it used to be. I was here like 2 years ago. And we had to take off our shoes and all of that. It's kind of sad, you know, but it has to be done. And Henry is willing to speak with their attorney. Well, I'll speak with the attorney. We'll exchange information. At least the person they said was the attorney. But, you know, we'll do that.
Where did him go?
He went upstairs. Yeah. So we'll do that. Speak to the attorney and try to work something out. At the end of the day, he is a businessman. And if he's selling the property we put up for sale, and if they want to buy it back, they are more than, and they are willing and able, they can just show proof of funds, do the needful, and get it back. But this process, like I told them, has to ride out. He takes possession before they can do that. There's just a black cat sitting in there, and we told them to get their cat. All right, let's see. Let's go upstairs. I don't think I want to go downstairs or upstairs. Okay, that's done. It's almost 1:30. It's precisely 1:19 p.m. We've been here for a little more than an hour. So I was inside. So apparently there's a mosque next door to this one, but they say it's owned by a different imam. And that's where the women pray. So that's the women's mosque. So the men and women, you know, don't pray together. So, and they are saying Ramadan is coming, and if we can let them come in to use there for prayers. But, you know, they've had time. And so we've been here all along because they've been packing and, you know, moving their stuff. But they had 14 days to do that, and they just thought that maybe something would happen. So how do you feel now?
I feel good. I feel relieved. We got it done.
Is it locked?
Yeah, my locksmith's changing the locks, and it's a wrap.
Okay, good. I know it wasn't easy for you. You don't really take pleasure in these things, but
Easy at all.
yeah, but you had to do it. You had to do it.